Well, hello there to my Libras. This is Queen Amun-Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, Libras, happy Friday to everyone. This reading is for October 24th through October 31st. All right, we are still in the new moon phase and moving into the first quarter moon phase, which kicks off on the 29th. 2 and 9 is 11, obviously. And if you're watching this on Friday, October 24th, the moon has moved into Sagittarius. And so, like I said, it's going to be from the 24th of October through the 31st of October. When the moon is in Sagittarius on the 31st, it'll be in Pisces. Okay, so Sagittarius and Pisces have the zodiac sign Jupiter in common, right? Jupiter is the planet of growth and opportunity. The day of the week for Jupiter is Thursday. The color is purple. Okay, so Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. It's associated with growth and opportunity. So this is where right before the moon moves into, right before the moon moves into Sagittarius, it's in Scorpio. When the moon is in Scorpio, that's your opportunity to purge, right? Purge all that negative energy that you may have gotten from the last cycle, right? Keep your vibrations high. Scorpio rules 8th house, and that's a death card, right? Anything that you grieved or mourned in that last cycle, you said, okay, I moved on from that. I tossed it into a burning bowl. I did a cleansing, whatever. I moved on from that, right? I'm getting ready for this whole new cycle, new you. Matter of fact, we have a super moon coming up. So I cleansed all of that. I'm ready for the new moon, new you. We're in a new moon phase, right? So you should still be kind of getting your rest, maybe counting your blessings, getting ready for some good news, right? Besides, okay, waking up, right? That's good news, right? But you should be planning for some good news, like some expectations of some good news, right? Putting some good energy out into the universe, and you're expecting some good news to return to you, right? So maybe you apply for some jobs. Maybe you are expecting to, who knows what you put out there, right? Who knows what you put out there? But let's see what we're going to see in the cards here, right? All right, set the tone. Oops, let's set the tone. You got 2 cards. So today will be better than I expect. Eagles fly above crows. Nice, okay? So you got 2 cards. Nice. Okay, so you are not, this is letting me know right here, you are not doing an injustice to yourself by holding on to other people's emotions and their feelings. You are saying, I'm releasing other people's stuff from my internal scales, and I am flying high. I love this. I'm flying high. Love it, love it, love it. So today will be better than I expect. This is good. This is a great start. So let's see what's going on here, right? So, like I said, it's associated with Thursday, right? Jupiter is associated with Thursday. It's associated with the color purple, right? Purple or amethyst, associated with crown chakra. So adjust your crown chakra, right? Royalty, regal, something. So you're expecting, your expectations of good news, balance out, whatever, right? Right. So let's see. All right. Justice, right? Yeah. Current situation, right? What is happening in your current situation? Somebody is feeling balanced out. There it is. You are feeling balanced. Healthy work-life balance. I love it. There it is. You are feeling balanced. Feeling balanced, right? What is the challenge? Right? The challenge, right? You walked away from something. You may have walked away from something. So you may have foolishly, you may have felt like a fool walking away from something before. You may have felt like you had, you could have felt like, because this is the planet Uranus here, right? Excuse me. So the challenge here is like what crosses you, the challenge, a problem that you're facing or obstacle standing in your way could be like, you could have felt like, you had an opportunity. Okay, let me say this. You could have felt like you had an opportunity in the past to work with someone, because things are starting to come up like roses, right? Things are coming up like roses, right? Because you and somebody have something in common. You and someone have something in common. Basically, that someone could have been impulsive, right? So you and somebody have something in common, right? Something is now closed out. This is a distant past. Something is now closed out, right? So 7 connects us with the Justice card, right? And so somebody could have been an open enemy. Somebody could have been an open enemy, right? So in other words, projecting something. Somebody could have projected something, right? Onto someone, right? Somebody could have projected something onto someone, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So the recent past is the Tower. Recent past is the Tower. So Tower is like, again, I'm seeing getting structured and authoritative here, right? Structured and authoritative here, right? Getting more structured and authoritative here. So, structured and authoritative. So this is major. Something is major here. Something is major. Something is major here. So I'm saying you're getting structured and authoritative here. What are your strengths? What are your strengths here? What are your strengths? Okay. The Sun, right? Hormones. That's what's coming to me. Hormones. Hormones are strength, right? Because I'm thinking about the Sun, right? That could be a strength there, right? So I feel like somebody's going out and getting some sun. I feel like somebody is going outside and getting some sun right here. So here's the near future here. You see this person right here is getting outside. You see this mic with their dog getting out, getting some sun, because something's coming up roses. Something is coming up, getting out, getting some roses. Coming up roses. So I feel like somebody's getting out, getting some roses. I see something really structured and authoritative here. Because something is closed out now. Something is now closed out. Yeah. What about the near future? Because I'm saying successful here. Yeah. Here's the 4 of Wands here. 4 of Wands here. Somebody could have a new love coming across their path. Because this 4 of Wands like a celebration, or possibly like a new love, a new job, a new something. Because now that something is closed out, you feel like healthy work-life balance. You're leaving something behind. Something is closed out. People are asking why. I'm seeing you being successful. 4 and 7 is 11. You're finally kind of getting off the fence with something. You're finally getting off the fence. Like you're finally taking some kind of action, right? Yeah, you're finally getting off the fence. Basically, you're finally getting off the fence. You're finally doing something. You just, yeah. Something around hormones. That's what this Sun card is. Finally doing something. All right. What about the influences? What's the influences here? Yeah. There's something around somebody's mother. It could be your mother. Sometimes, like sometimes you ask people like, You know, what kind of, you could be an attorney, I don't know. Like what kind of influence, who influenced you? Like what's the reason? What was the reason for you to go into law? Why would you go into law enforcement, law? Why did you become a doctor? Or why did you start reading cards? Or why did you go into whatever your field is? Why did you start riding motorcycles? Like why'd you become whatever, right? Somebody is very structured, someone's very authoritative, but something is going to be better than you expect. But anyway, so someone has learned how to take something off of your plate. You've learned how to purge, in other words. You really learned how to purge whatever other emotions you may have had about whatever. And you could have been at a crossroad about something else, maybe in the past. Here's a Chariot card here. But I feel like not anymore. What about the external and environmental influences? External and environmental influences. Somebody sees a soulmate here. Soulmate where things just flow. Things are just going to flow for you and someone. Somebody could actually end up marrying this person, whoever this person is. Something about you and this person looked like y'all were opposite in the beginning. That was the first impression, because this connects us with first house by way of Aries. Not to say that you're an Aries, but that's your polarity sign here. But you're now walking away from first impressions. First impressions could be lasting impressions of things. But now things are starting to flow. You know, things are starting to flow for you. You're getting outside, getting some more sun. Things are starting to make more sense to somebody now. Things are really starting to make more sense to you. What about the hopes and fears? Because I'm seeing soulmate energy here. Yeah, somebody just doesn't want to be overwhelmed. Like you don't want to feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. This is the Ten of Wands here, because you have a lot of responsibilities already, but you don't want to feel like you're overwhelmed with things. Because in the past, it could have felt like you were overwhelmed with things and people did things behind your back. See, this person, they have a lot of things. And this is what you and someone have in common. You all have that in common. Is you've had open enemies in the past. People that you've had their back, but then things were being done, maybe cheated on behind your back, lied on behind your back. People thought that you were going to cheat on them behind. Just a bunch of chaos and confusion. But let's see what the outcome is. I don't feel like this is what's happening here. Let me see what's going on. Let's see. Yeah. The secret really is to leave all of that in the past, the assumptions. Yeah, put all of that to an end. Put an end to all of that. That's going to be a secret. Moon card is 12th house. 12th house is to have a conversations about it. Up front. Find out what your moon sign is. That's how you're going to pour into yourself. Find out what your moon sign is. Find out what their moon sign is, right? Also, find out your whole birth chart from your first house to your 12th house. because I'm seeing twin flame. Yep. Somebody's soulmate and twin flame. So whoever your person is. Somebody secretly has a crush on you. Sacral chakra cleanse again. You're purging. Move on in silence and move on in peace. It's time to start dating again for somebody. So throat chakra cleanse. New love awaits. See? When somebody has new love, you're protected by angels. Prepare for an increase in pay. Something is not as deep as you think. And this card right here really is, people from your past may make you feel like try to make you feel like something isn't as deep. It wasn't that deep. Or it wasn't that deep, that something happened behind your back or whatever. But it was that deep for you, because sword wound is not like a butter knife. Even, you know, something was that deep for you. I mean, your heart was involved in something. So something is really that deep. So don't let people make you feel like it wasn't that deep. It really was that deep for you. You just didn't have to look that far. That's what it is. You didn't have to look that far. So, but it was that deep emotionally. It was that deep for you. You have just a different love language than they do. So open your vault door. Open your vault door. Dance around your home as if no one is watching. And so the spy is now turned on. But yeah, you don't let other people minimize your pain to make it seem like, oh, it wasn't that deep. You know, I was just such and such. Yeah, it's actually that deep. Because somebody was bringing energy into your home. Somebody was actually bringing the energy of, some kind of past energy into your home. So, you are a star. You are a star. And we're not talking about famous. We're not necessarily talking about fame. But you are a star. Eagles fly above crows. And you're not carrying that energy on your, you know, as you ascend higher. You're not carrying that energy on you. So I think this is it. Let's get a couple of oracle cards, but that's your reading there. So yeah, right now. So stay in the present. Don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment. There it is. So yeah, for some reason I feel like you get several pieces of good news coming in. So keep your expectations, you know, high. Things are working itself out. Your attitude really is going to determine your altitude, believe it or not. As you continue to get your rest. Here we have strength. You're a really strong person. You're praying for other people's strength. But yeah, something is over. Something is already over. And so prepare for an increase in pay. However much of an increase. It could be 50-cent increase, $1,000 increase, $1 million, whatever. But just prepare for an increase. But that's what I have for you. You're in a very vulnerable position, but you're safe. All right. Bye.